coming to you live from the nation's third most dangerous city, Studio 1714.
Yes, now that was a band you just listened to was Patchworkhead, and the guys are here in the studio with us, and I want you guys to go around and introduce yourselves and tell people what instruments you play in the band.
Are we gonna start with me? Dave Fanoff. I play percussion, drums.
I'm Rob Cottrell. I play all the bass licks.
My name is Head. I'm rhythm guitar, harmonica, and lead singer.
Jeff Merritt. I play lead guitar.
Wood. Play saxophone.
Okay, you guys are a little bit different from the bands we've had coming here before. You guys are known as a jam band, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
A lot like
Like a blues rock jam band.
like what, something like Widespread Panic maybe, or yeah.
Similar.
You're familiar with that group's work, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend introduce me that to a couple years ago, and I really like it. I got a lot of their CDs there now. I listen to them occasionally, but it is really like laid back music when I'm doing stuff around the house. Seems like you guys got the same kind of feel there, kind of a. Anyway, can you tell us how the band came together? This jam band came together.
Oh well, actually, yeah, we started jamming together. Jeff and I, the lead guitar player here, we started jamming together. I don't know, probably about 7-8 years ago, and I guess the rest is history. We ran into these guys over here. We've all been friends, for a long time, and we all just started playing music. Dave started off playing guitar and decided to buy a drum set. Rob was playing bass, and we just happened to run into Wood with a saxophone. It all just kind of fell into place.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We were pre-established as a band for a few years before Wood joined in.
Yeah.
So you kind of added somebody in a different. It came with a different direction with the addition of a additional instrument and player, right?
A little more jazzy, a little more blues, little dirty blues, stuff like that.
Well, saxophone lends itself well to that kind of style.
It does. A lot of vocals.
I love the sax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
fun times.
I have no musical talent whatsoever, but I tried to play the sax. And my great grandfather played the clarinet and saxophone, and I guess he's probably looking down and saying, "What a disappointment I am." So,
still in the music biz, right?
In a way, yeah. It's like I hang around here, I guess. Kind of. I basically I can't even teach. So, the band's name is really unusual. Patchworkhead. Now, can you tell us the genesis of that name? I mean, how that come about?
Oh yeah. Well, my name being Head, and I'll kind of get all kind of fit. I went over to England and spent a couple weeks over there. Bought a new hat. All I wear is my flat caps here. And came home. I was wearing one. Looked like it had a bunch of patches all over it. And they looked at me and they said, "Hey, you got a patchwork head." And it just kind of all stuck. we liked it. It was better than Steve.
It made sense philosophically too. That's really what the band is like patchwork quilt of all our influences. And
yeah.
It's a good name, then. It's a really good name.
Thank you.
Yeah, because just like some bands are just like they try to go for like some real odd. I mean, some try to go for some effect, and that one just rolls off. It's really cool. Let's see now. Basically, what is your influences? How do you who do you draw from? Which kind of styles and stuff like that.
I think anything and everything. I mean, all of us come from different backgrounds. We grew up in different parts of Genesee County. All went to different schools and everything, and we go from everything from classical to hip hop and jazz and blues and rock and experimental stuff, alternative stuff. I mean, pretty much anything. We like anything, and if you ever go to one of our shows, you'll see that within our first, second, and third set is the range of music that we play is like, everywhere from country, blues, sad stuff to, try and rock your socks off kind of stuff.
Seriously, music's
Everything.
music. You can't discriminate against music just because it's a certain kind or whatever. If you're going to be influenced to play music, you got to draw that influence from all music.
I was actually trained jazz saxophone
originally, so I have a lot of jazz improv training to me. But it's a lot of it's blues. You know, just stick with the blues and have a good time with it, and just play through it. Real fun stuff.
That's right.
So you guys really enjoy yourself when you're out there doing this.
Oh yeah, it's all about the fun.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Okay, now what kind of venues do you typically play in? I mean, do you do a lot of outdoor shows, a lot of bar bands, or bars, or what I mean? Or
We play a lot of bars just around Flint, and well, we've expanded recently, gone out to Ortonville and Durand and other places too. But we also have become like a biker bar. A lot of the Jokers motorcycle club. I'm a friend with a few of them, and they invited us to come out a couple years ago to play at one of their private parties, and they've been having us come out there too. So we're just whoever, man. We've played outdoor venues, indoor venues. You know,
we've done like Pork Fest, Pork in the Park, Kersley Park.
Yeah.
We've done fundraisers in Memorial Park and stuff for like playscapes for the kids and stuff. You know,
We've
trying to
even-
get some money. And
We've even played for benefit shows as well.
Yeah,
and,
benefit
yeah,
shows.
benefit
benefit
shows.
shows at
Yeah.
like the Elmernoff Learning Center and things like that, just to kind of spread out music to everybody and really enjoy it and have a good time with it.
a group I've always heard about too is like the Blue Hawaiians. They play a lot of benefits that I see around
yeah,
town,
the
and they've been around for
Hawaiians.
years.
Yeah,
the Blue
yeah.
Hawaiians.
Yeah.
Actually, I knew one of the guys. They have a kind of rotating lineup though. I knew one of the guys. I don't know if he's still with the band. Back this was about 15, 18 years ago over at U of M. And he was like basically he had traveled all over and he joined the band and he was only there for a few years and then I don't know if he's still there or not. I think his name was Bill, but anyway, that's the way they were. They always had a different lineup and they have a good sound. I mean, I really like some of their music. It's you mentioned about playing at different venues and stuff with different area bands. Like the Flint area music scene is quite unique.
It is.
Yeah, because I mean, let's face it. There's like no real kind of. I've seen so far, like I've seen rappers, hip hoppers, real hard edged rock and rollers know each other. It's kind of an easy relationship, and I think that's really cool. Well, what bands do you guys like playing with? Either you played around and you really enjoy being around.
It doesn't really matter. Like we said before, our style really mixes in with anybody. I mean, we're all fans of metal. You know, we can actually keep up and play a show with metal bands, and we have a lot of hip hop influence. So you know, it's all good. You know, I like it all.
The scene in Flint though, it's like Flint's in a process of reinventing itself.
Yeah,
you know?
seriously.
We
Yeah.
lost all the jobs in the industry and everything, and now it's, you know, we're gearing it more towards the college kids and the clubs and the bars and the good times and everything. So we get to reinvent sound for Flint. We get to do whatever we want. We can play with whoever we want. We can play whatever kind of music we want. We can mix whatever we want. You know, and Flint is a perfect spot for it because that's exactly what Flint's going through right now.
Now you mentioned you played for like a lot of this motorcycle group, not like the Doobie Brothers. I mean, they were actually, I guess they were like connected to one of the what they consider a gang, motorcycle gang out in California. I think it was Hell's Angels, if I'm not mistaken. And it was my memory kind of fades me on that, but
sounds about right.
yeah, because I think they played a lot of events. And that's pretty cool. I mean, but the sound definitely was like vicious or anything else. I mean, the Doobie Brothers, I think has got a great sound. I mean, they draw from a lot of influence, and Michael McDonald certainly can. His solo career is basically him doing covers of a lot of Motown classics.
Right.
So I mean, that's really good too.
Well, you bring a saxophone to a rock show, and a lot of people expect certain things. They expect the Joros Thoroughgood sound, or they expect the Bob Seger sound, or something like that. And we don't really put that out there. I mean, in some of our cover material, we can do things like that and play toward that edge, but really more of it is just a modern rock influence that a lot of us bring to the table. I mean, I come with a heavy metal background as well, so I know the heavy metal timing and a lot of the quick changes and stuff. And a lot of the other guys come with a lot of different influences too.
During the 80s, I remember Tina Turner had a single. It was like Another Hero or something. Need Another Hero, and they had a saxophone player. That was a great part. I thought they played a great role in that. That song. It was an excellent song, by the way. I mean,
and obviously you probably heard of Morphine as well.
Yeah.
And Morphine has a really good sound to it too. So.
it's like I know Jethro Tull is unique because it had a flute player, and
Ian.
and I know three guys I grew up with that actually started playing the flute because of Jethro Tull having a flute player in it. So maybe you'll have more saxophone players in the area high schools when you get bigger here.
I don't know. It'd be fun to teach them.
Yeah. No, it's like you mentioned too that Flint's music scene is changing with the college and stuff like that. I mean, you probably are familiar with like Athens, Georgia, where they have like REMs from there, the Indigo Girls, the Golden Palominos. There's like several groups that come out of there. And that's maybe this is an ambitious hope, but I have this anticipation that somewhere down the road something like that could happen to the Flint area.
Oh,
I was just thinking about that last night, as a matter of fact. And that's like, you guys think that's too far-fetched of an idea that could happen?
Not
Or?
at all.
think
There's a lot of great bands in Flint.
I think a lot of good music comes out of environments like this where
Yeah.
people are, worried and, stressed out. Music grows well on angsty soil.
Yeah, it does. I mean, well, the Irish, the singers are from Ireland. I mean, well, now in U2, obviously, but they got like the Corrs and other groups coming up from Ireland. Yeah. And it's like, I guess there was on the History Channel, there's this clip, this guy says that basically the conquerors write the history, the people conquered writes the song. So, I mean, basically this area's been conquered by, being steamrolled by the industrial, the continuation of the Industrial Revolution. So everything's going south, literally in a figurative sense as well.
We were driving over here and just saying that we came up on Davison Road and we could see from Davison and Dort Highway all the way to Robert T. and Averill, which is almost a square mile there. With
Yeah.
all industrial complex, that's been torn down.
No.
I like your line though. Music grows well in angsty soil. That's
Yeah.
for darn sure.
Yeah, I think that might be a quotable quote for you there, guy. Yeah. You see, some people in rock interviews on the future can say, well, he said this, you know what notoriety. Now about the writing process for this unique band, I mean, is it, would you say is it different from other bands that you know of, or you think it's pretty much common, or what? What's the process?
Yeah, what is the process? Do you have it written down? I'd like to see that
it
piece
varies.
of paper.
I've never seen the
Is
writing
there an
process of
actual
another
equation?
band. Yeah, usually we'll come to the table, it started off with I was just writing songs and be like, hey guys, listen to this, what can we do with this? And then Jeff wrote a couple songs and brought them to the table, and Rob recently wrote a song, brought it to the table, and it's we write a song and then we all play together. Nobody writes like every part for the song. We write our own parts for the song.
Okay.
Like I'll come up with a rhythm guitar part and whatever and sing it and tell them how show them how it goes, and then Jeff will write his own leads. Rob will write his own bass line. Dave fills in the drums. Wood comes in.
It's happened every way though. Like we'll just start playing something, and then I'll start playing.
The very jazzy.
And then
The jazz
and then whatever happens happens.
We've written a lot of songs that way, just by free jamming together and like, oh, did we hit record?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's where the spontaneity I think adds a lot to the creative. I mean, there is no creative process without spontaneity.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody can sit down. I mean, I'm a writer. Hopefully, I'll get published in the future. And a lot of times, I'm sitting there and writing like stories about, and these characters all of a sudden, something will pop in my head to have this character do something. And maybe it's totally out of character what you've seen the character so far do. But basically, let's face it. I mean, most of us are totally unaware of our own potentials, and you never know what you could do until you get a chance. You see the avenue to take it. And that's what I like that one cut we just played, from there. Would you want to play another one, or would you want to go into that, or?
We can finish that up. That's actually got a lot of solo stuff in it too.
Okay,
We
now
do,
I'm gonna.
Let It Be Alright instead.
Which one?
Let It Be Alright instead. Let It Be Alright. It's a slower song. It's
What- What song? Which one is that?
that's the was it 4 I think.
Number 4. Yeah. Okay, hold on here. I'll pull it up for you. Okay. It's coming up.
Let it be alright when it's cold outside. Me to knock upon your door. We can stay up all night. We can speak our mind. Pass out on your floor.
Now that is a real. I don't know that I was getting into it from the beginning. That's a really good cut. You guys there. You should be proud of that piece. And what's the name of that song?
Let It Be Alright.
Yeah, because they just have the label up. Let it be all right. Yeah, it's really a great hook to it too. That's I think the major part. I mean, people want to talk about commercialism and stuff like that, and they don't want to pander that. But if somebody doesn't want to give the chance to the song to listen to it, they're just gonna tune it out. No pun intended. But I mean, that song's definitely got a hook that I was enticing right from the beginning. So anyway, you guys got some good sound there. I think. What's your plans for the future there? What do you want to do? What do you envision for the Fib band?
Oh, we have, of course, every band wants to, hit it big or whatever, It's just, it's the hard work and determination to get there and see if we can, make it, Try
or
it.
at least just make enough to be able to afford to do it.
Pay for itself.
Yeah, make it a non-draining hobby on you, right?
I tell you what, though, 2009, we want to put an album out. We want to do a lot of the larger festivals. We want to get a larger exposures. We want to get farther out of Genesee County, Detroit, Ann Arbor, maybe even out of Michigan, Chicago, New York, and just spread our wings,
Yeah. Come back, though, I hope you guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because we've already seen too much things go by the wayside and get the hell out of here,
Oh, no, we're rooted in Flint. We wouldn't be without Flint. We really wouldn't. We're a Flint band to the core, in a sense.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like we haven't had a big band come out here since. Well, the band is like a totally different band. It was like Ready for the World in the '80s, and then before that, Grand Funk, which a lot of people don't know. They make fun of that band now, but actually they sold out Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles did in their heyday. So.
Grand Funk has some fantastic music. They really do. They have some fantastic music.
Yeah, and it's like so. I draw a lot of. I tell people that when I'm talking to people on the internet, we chat about Flint. And they say, "Oh, that's a movie that plays." Michael Moore made that movie about. Unfortunately, Roger. I don't know for good or bad. I think he's a jerk. But anyway, where does he live at? Up in a rich place, away from the industrial area.
Very hypocritical.
Very. That's the word for him. He's a hypocrite. Total hypocrite. But anyway, we're still here. If Michael Moore is ever listening to one of these shows too, I'd like to have him come in and maybe defend why he did what he did. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But
here's one for him. Why can you break in and interview everybody else, but when someone wants to interview you, you can't open the door?
Oh yeah. Because I find that it's like I'm kind of an oddball. Politically I'm a little libertarian, but there's a lot of things I'm more of a conservative on. And these guys like that's like the creative edit's a great thing when you just want to be able to pass your view through somebody else and that never have to answer for it. Just say, I'm being creative, So, but see, that's what it's about musicians. They're more honest. You're more honest. You're around by your own lifestyle, but the music you play, yourself is being revealed. Eventually, it's you're basically showing raw nerves.
Yeah, you're hanging
But
out there.
I look forward to seeing you guys do those big shows, man. I think I'm gonna definitely. You got CDs and the merchandise and place to buy all this stuff at, or?
Well, pretty much the shows right now. We've been handing out a lot of free demos at our shows just to get the music out there. We've got a MySpace page, www.myspace.com/patchworkhead. Buddy of mine out from New York City just did some online stuff for us, and he's gonna put some online music on there on the YouTube and stuff. So look for us on YouTube, and pretty much we got T-shirts for sale and stuff like that. But we do a lot of it through the show so that we have intimate contact with the fan.
So people can buy the merchandise through the MySpace place or what?
If they send something to us and say, "Hey, we want to buy a T-shirt," we can hook them up. That's not a problem at all.
That's like I definitely pass the word on because the band's got a great sound. I really like that sound. It's like I'm an older guy. I like sitting back and listening to music. I don't want somebody screaming in my ear all the time. I can handle that for a while. I listened to death metal when I was younger, but I'm 45. Music. I want anger. I went through my angst, and stuff, and occasionally that rears its head, but
You know what's crazy about us though is that at shows I watch the crowd a lot of times, and I've seen everybody from really young, people that you would think be in a lot of different kind of musics, all the way to very senior people that really enjoy what we're doing out there, and across ethnic lines, across class lines, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool to see that. A lot of times you find a band that really fixes itself on one particular demographic, and we didn't try to do that. We just tried to go out there and put out good songs and good music for good people, and it kind of follows us around. We like that. Good feelings around this band.
Okay, what kind of radio station you guys listen to? Do you guys have like one consistent one you all listen to, or what?
I listen to Oldies 96.
Yeah.
Nonstop. That's just what I'm into.
Classic rock and talk radio for me, so I'm kind of boring too,
But it's like guys, it's definitely I've been getting into the jam bands in the past few years because I like putting something on in the background while doing something around the house, and it has a good sound. It doesn't drag you down. It doesn't get you pissed off. Let's face it, a lot of music can do that.
It
can. Gives you the edge.
A lot of it's whiny too.
Yeah,
we're not trying to whine about it because our girlfriends.
Let's have a good time.
We're more like drinking beers and sitting back on the couch, kind of having a good time and stuff.
So do you guys want to name any of your favorite bands that you really, really like, or you want to keep that a secret, or what?
I always give my props to Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
That's where I draw my main influence from.
I'd
Johnny
say I
Cash.
play guitar because of Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Growing up listening to that, I've always been a big Zeppelin fan, but that never really inspired me because that just seemed unattainable when I was a kid. But Black Sabbath, oh man, that's always.
Well, you grew up in Flint, right?
Yeah.
See, I think Black Sabbath came from like a northern town up there in England, very similar to us. I mean, like decaying industrial base and all that, and dirty and gritty, and a lot of people living lives that they can't stand going to the job they were going to. But I think that's the reason why I like Black Sabbath too. I mean, it just had the feel. It had that kind of with the northern England sound, and identify with a lot of their elements, that they talked about in their songs.
There's three I gotta name. It'd have to be Pink Floyd, Jane's Addiction, and Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine.
All three of those.
So you don't strike me as a Rage Against the Machine person.
Across the board, it's on my ringtone right now.
Really?
I think it's more the political from
it's the political angst and all that.
You seem pretty mellow. No.
I try to be.
And so now I got a lot of his influences too. Anybody else want to chime in with their favorites?
Sure.
Or
In general, I just love music all around. Oddly, probably my most favorite music is the Beastie Boys.
You admit to that.
But
You gotta love the Beastie Boys.
I really do. They're lyrically geniuses. But really, I love Clutch and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I like them too.
Les Claypool was a huge influence for me to get into playing bass. When he was in Primus, and he's done all kinds of work, but probably my hugest influences right there.
Well, anyway, guys, it was really a pleasant time talking to you, man. It was great. And I invite you to come back anytime you want, and give also, here's the time to be a commercial, and give a prop out again for where they can reach you at and find your stuff and buy your stuff, because we like people to buy your stuff.
Go to the MySpace. It's probably the easiest to contact us, which is just www.myspace.com/patchworkhead. And Patchworkhead is all one word, just spelled like it sounds.
Yeah, guys, it was really great talking to you, okay?
Thanks for having
And
us.
like I
Thanks
said,
a lot for having us out here. Yeah,
thank
for
you.
Sure.
Have a good one.
You too.